for May 14th. Please stand for a pledge of the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please call the roll.
You got it. Wheeler.
Here.
Garland. Here. Maloney.
Here.
Oxley.
Here.
Peters.
Here.
Likens.
Here.
And Quinn is absent. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 9th meeting?
So moved.
Moved by Likens. Anybody talk?
Second.
Second by Maloney. Any questions, comments, changes? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. Tonight we have two public hearings. Special use for gas station for 151st and Archer. We have to open the public hearing.
I believe there's a memo from staff requesting a continuance on that matter, so it won't be a public hearing.
Do we need to open and continue it?
No, just a motion to continue the matter to the next Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Because you're not taking any testimony.
Pardon me?
You're not taking any testimony, and so there's no need to open up the public hearing.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to continue to the next meeting.
Second.
Motion by Likens to continue till the next meeting. Or wait, is that the date specific, Kimberly, that you want? Next meeting?
It's June, the first Wednesday of June. Excuse me.
14th.
The second Tuesday of June,
14th,
13th.
11th.
11th. We go all around that number. The 11th, yeah, okay. We have a motion by Likens, second by Peters. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, we have rezoning of lots 15A and a portion of 15B at Lockport Square. We have a motion to open a public hearing.
So move.
Moved by Maloney, second by Garland. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. You're up.
Thank you, Chairman. Good evening, members of the commission. Tonight, case number 2024-006 is before you. This is a rezoning of lots 15A and a portion of 15B of Lockport Square from C3 Highway Commercial to C2 Transitional Community Commercial, generally located at the southwest corner of I-355 and 159th Street. Displayed on your monitor is an aerial photo of the subject property. The area highlighted in blue is the subject property. The applicant, Jim Purinton, on behalf of Lockport Square LLC, has submitted a rezoning request for a portion of the undeveloped property of Lockport Square, which is a 79.5-acre planned commercial development. This case pertains to the prior concept plan for a new overall master plan for Lockport Square that had been approved by the City Council earlier in 2024. The overall Lockport Square development is Zone C3 Highway Commercial. The applicant is requesting that the subject property, which is approximately 10.8 acres, be rezoned to C2T, Transitional Community Commercial, which would allow for future attached single-family homes based on the zoning code change recommended for approval by the PZC on April 9th and concurrently on the City Council consent agenda for May 15, 2024. Concurrent with this request, the applicant will be amending the annexation agreement by City Council to allow the residential use and the new zoning district overlay. Upon approval, amendment to the special use permit for a planned development will be needed at the time of final development plan review. A rezoning of property requires a public hearing. Notification of public hearing is necessary and has been completed in 3 ways: newspaper ad, mailings, and posting. The subject property had the installation of signs. All have been completed.
You have the mailing receipts, Kimberly?
Not yet.
Pardon me?
I don't have the receipts yet. I do have the publication from the newspaper receipt. And per our code update, we no longer require certified mailings. The requirement is for regular mail only, so the certified receipt copies are not required. However, a lot of times the applicants do provide a receipt from the post office showing the number of mailings that they provided. Should the commission find the request acceptable, the following motion is suggested. A motion to approve the rezoning of lots 15A and a portion of 15B from C3 Highway Commercial to C2T Transitional Community Commercial. And the applicant is here tonight to answer questions.
Anyone from the public wish to speak? Jim, do you want to talk to us tonight? No? No, you don't have to.
Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Okay. Do you have any questions, comments from the commission?
I took a look at that property, and most of it is paved with asphalt. We're gonna rip out all the asphalt and put houses there?
If I could get you to raise your right hand, do you affirm to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, when it was going to be a Target required the base coat of the parking lot to be completed. So that was done in about 2008, if I remember right. And elsewhere, where it wasn't going to be Target's parking lot, some of this extends a little farther to the west. That was gravel. But I think all the curbing's been put in for parking lot all the way across. But yes, that's going to be torn up, and we need to redo utilities and a bunch of other things to build this. There's a little regrading needs to be done as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments?
Just for staff, it's the C2T, what all does that encompass as far as what can be put there? Is it just townhomes? Is it
It's basically
hotels?
it's all the same uses that are available in our community commercial district. It just has reduced bulk requirements, and it does allow for the residential component. So the original genesis of the idea was many of our lots on State Street would never be able to be developed because they're zone C2 and the setbacks are 40 feet, or have a lot coverage of 30%, but these lots are a tenth of an acre, and 30% would mean an outhouse, to our earlier conversation basically on it. So we wanted to create this overlay district so that those could actually be developed still commercially or residentially, because many of those areas are away from the core downtown, and so trying to stick a commercial location in the middle of all residential may not have made any sense, but we have a lot of existing C2s that are just like peppered all over State Street. And then when we discussed it at last month's meeting, the allowance for the attached single-family homes, that was an opportunity for us to think a little bit more broadly about how C2T could be applied throughout the community. And this offered one of those opportunities in this scenario where we could utilize that.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Moved by Garland.
Second.
Second by Likens. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. You heard the report. What's your pleasure?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the rezoning of lots 15A and a portion of 15B from C3 Highway Commercial to C2T Transitional Community Commercial.
Second.
We have a motion and a second by Wheeler. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, please, Kathy.
You got it. Wheeler.
Yes.
Garland.
Yes.
Maloney.
Yes.
Oxley.
Yes.
Peters.
Yes.
Likens.
Yes.
And Quinn is
Thank you.
absent. We have, motion passes.
When will that go before city council? June 6th, okay. Okay, thank you. New business? Any new business? Old business?
June 5th, sorry.
June 5th. Any old business? Citizens be heard? Chairman's report, I have nothing. Commissioners report? Nothing. Staff reports, Kimberly.
Staff is going to postpone some report. I did want to give commission just a quick heads up that it is possible that formal zoning requests could be going before the county for the property located at 14815 South Gauger Road. And at the time when we have a formal request, or we've been notified of a formal request, I will bring that before you.
Okay, that's the Windgren landscaping property on the east side of Gauger, right at the end of our warehouses. And Kimberly and I talked about it before the meeting. They're getting a lot of inquiries from the developers or people looking at it to see what we will accept. Well, I told her, we'll accept a lot of things, but we won't accept a lot of things, so I feel that we should just wait till they come forward and say, we want to do this. But that's up to you guys what you want to do with that. I mean, I think we're wasting a lot of time jumping out there and throwing it at them and say, we'll accept this and that.
Yeah, a lot of what they do for us is they will have the potential applicant call us, say, here's what we'd like to do, what do you think? And we take all the guidance that you and the city council have given us about industrial and what kind of things we're looking to see up there, and the disfavor of significant truck traffic and a bunch of those kinds of things. We apply those in our responses to them, but the broker is encouraging each of the people who show interest in it to approach us about what they want to do. And we've heard probably 20 different proposals at this point, running the gamut between a gravel parking lot for 200 semi-trucks to a new small distribution building for a 30-person family-owned and operated company. So it runs a wide gamut, and it's kind of, to your point, a little bit of an awkward position because there's nothing really in front of the county. They typically give us an alert of their pre-application meetings and allow us to attend if we so choose. And that's typically the official start of a process with something real, that somebody's got something, a property under contract or something else. But most of these people are simply fishing and wondering if they can get a good deal on it. But they are encouraging them to call us to inquire about whether or not we find their use favorable. So as it stands right now, we simply express that something with significant truck traffic is, based on all of our previous planning cases and development plans or conceptual strategic plans, we don't find that appealing. But we tell everybody, you'll always have the opportunity to file just like anybody else. And then once you get real about your proposal, we can certainly weigh in with the county and the county staff, because ultimately it's their property, and it's on the other side of our boundary agreement with Homer Glen. So we don't really have an opportunity to annex anything in unless for some reason Homer Glen is willing to give up a portion of their boundary on our side, or on their side, to be able to allow us to have some additional property. Now, we are the only ones that can serve it with water and sewer, which all of them are interested in having, and we are the road authority on Gauger Road. So they really do have to come through us. Landworks, a landscaping company, is planning on putting their new headquarters on the property directly north of theirs. And we worked with them for a little bit, and we're in the plan review process right now with them, from our road connection, sanitary and water connections, to be able to help guide that process also with the county. So, but that one they're moving their headquarters building. They only have light truck equipment. They have some open storage for mulch and gravel and all the other things that you'd expect from a landscape company. So with that one, there was more appeal, and it didn't really go against any of our plans. But that was one that was notified to us late before we could get it to the commission, like we had talked about before, as far as their timing of some of the notices.
Did we get notification about that?
A notification of it. The county notifies everybody under the sun, but for some reason, they miss people periodically. I don't remember getting any notification. Of course, I saw things on Facebook and other sites, but we were never officially notified of
Right.
that.
Okay. Because Homer objected to it, and they allowed it anyhow, and that's what it brought. Right.
Within 1.5 miles, so if we're within,
Half mile.
well, we should have been notified.
Right.
And the challenge that we have with this particular property that we've mentioned is that it is on the Homer Glen side of the boundary, so it can't be annexed into the city.
But it's it's in the.
One side of our agreement with them.
Right.
And they have not annexed it, and we don't really have an opportunity to annex it.
All the zigs and zags that go on. out
Right,
there.
yes.
Okay. Anything else?